How's it going, everyone? My name is Shea Irish. We're here with the MentalDimes NCAA basketball podcast, and we're fortunate enough tonight to have a guest that played for Murray State last year, started all 34 games, second leading rebounder. Definitely, to me, was like the heart and soul of the team. Big time defensive presence. His name is Damari DJ Burns. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
For sure. So let's go back to the end of your high school career. You're the New Orleans Metro Player of the Year. I read that you were USA Today first team All Louisiana. You were recruited by some schools like UAB, Stephen F. Austin. What made you decide to commit to Southern University in the SWAC?
Just the opportunity, really. At first, just the basis of really situations. It was a lot of schools that gave me an opportunity that I was blessed to have. But the things that really stood out to me with Southern were they were genuine. They were real. And that's what my heart was. I developed a relationship with Ryan Price, the assistant coach over there. And the crazy thing is, he's still one of my closest, got me one of my closest friends to this day. So, yeah, it was just a relationship-based opportunity that just led me to the one to go to Southern.
That's awesome stuff. So you played 2 years there. Second year, sophomore year, is right during the pandemic. You guys only played like 6 games, right? Or you played in 6?
I only played in I think 4. I only played in 4 games. 5 years, probably 6. But I caught COVID.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I wound up sitting down from COVID. What most people don't really understand or realize is that I had a heart condition during COVID, and it kind of hindered me from working out, doing anything that I really wanted to do, and it kind of got me a realization check. That basketball could be going on. So it humbled me. And it exposed me to really get a lot of mental thoughts down and things that I want to accomplish and work towards. And led me really to this decision today.
Awesome. So you transferred to Murray State right before last year. What kind of adjustment was that for you? Obviously, like you said, you went through COVID, only played 6 games. So you really are going back almost 2 years without like full-time playing. Was that like a big adjustment to immediately come in and contribute to such a great program?
No. It really was a great kudos to Coach Matt and really the whole Murray State last year team, because the connection was genuine. Like I said, I'm a real genuine guy. When men welcomed me with warm arms, and they kept it real. When a lot of people, they really don't in this college world. I had the opportunity to play with and for some real guys, and that's all I ever looked for, was the real opportunity. So with those combined and just the personality of these guys, like I love those guys. They're still my guys to do. So it just was a match made in heaven.
Awesome. So going off of that, you guys have a tremendous season, 31-3. You advanced in the NCAA tournament. I think you guys were ranked for like 6 straight weeks at the end of the year. First team in Ohio Valley Conference history to go 20-0. When you look back at that season, 5-10 years from now, what's the one memory or accomplishment, that will really reside the most inside you?
Well, it really wouldn't be an accomplishment, if we're being honest. I mean, we're talking accomplishment, NCAA tournament, where everybody wants to go. But the thing that, I will always remember and miss, to this day is just, the bond. Mm-hmm. I played with so many different great coaches, so many different great players, but it was nothing like that last year team.
Yeah.
Off the court, we probably wasn't even the best player, one-on-one wise. We had some great pieces, but we probably wasn't even the best player. And man, I tell you that it was something like just the connection, the bond. Man, it's just something that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Right. So that chemistry was there immediately when you stepped into the program? Yeah.
Off the bat. That was the thing that was so crazy, because people always talked about how good we played and why. And man, I mean, it's just when you have a great group of guys and a great coach, a great leader, why not?
Yep.
It really wasn't hard. Like Coach Matt always preached unselfish, but it really wasn't hard to be unselfish for those type of guys. Like I wanted, those guys to succeed. We wanted each other to be great, and that's what kind of led us to our great journey.
You guys were truly brothers. I love that.
Um,
So this next question comes from my co-host Trevor. He couldn't make it tonight. He's a teacher, so he's got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm gonna read it word for word. He says, DJ, what is the one thing you'd want high school players to focus on in their pursuit of playing Division I basketball? Maybe one thing physically, mentally, or even socially that they need to develop in order to play at the next level?
Well, it's not even something that you really have to develop. It's more just you have to have it, which is hard work, passion. Like what I want guys to understand, this is not, something you could just wake up and do this for 2 hours out the day. I seen guys, I'm a guy myself that, we're in the gym for probably, if it's 24 hours in a day, we're probably in the gym 20 hours a day, as much as we can possibly. Some of us sleep in the gym, and it's crazy because you see a lot of kids that say they want to be great, they want to do things that never been done, but they don't want to do things to make them, do things as and that's just the biggest thing I want people to realize and understand. Like, a lot of people in a circle doesn't understand how much hard work and time you actually got to put into this. If it was one of the greatest things I really love about Coach Matt, he always told me this, if it was easy being great, everybody would be.
I like that. Yep. Awesome.
That's more like, just keeping it real. That's just as real as it get. So that's just one of the things I want everybody to really understand.
Awesome. So I watched a couple of press conferences from like games after last season, and you kind of really stressed that the foundation of your game was, coming from hard work and the energy and passion you can bring. So is that something that's always been with you, like from middle school straight up, or is that kind of something that you realized if I want to go to the next level?
No, it was day one. I wasn't even a basketball guy. I worked for the skills of the game, and stressed that, really to its max. But what I always had when I played football was, the hunger, passion, the excitement, And when I finally played basketball, it was like living for, it was like, well, one thing I will say is seeing the valley that I can succeed in, if we're being real. I just seen that if you really work your tail off, that you could be in some of the most unbelievable positions. So why do this when it's something that, I wouldn't say easy to do, but in my words, me having the hard work already, easy for me. So why wouldn't I, give my full max and effort to this?
Of course. So going back to those press conferences, the one thing I picked up the most was how you refer to a rebound. Can you tell our viewers what you call them?
Oh, you're talking about coins.
Yeah, I love that. I like what you said. That's where your money's at. That's how you make your money. You obviously take a lot of pride in rebounding, especially on the offensive end. Is that something that you coming into a great program, one of the best mid-major programs, probably the last 25 years or so, is that something that you really knew that you could contribute, and that's what you look to? Did you have a role, or did you just kind of? Oh, I think we lost.
Hold up.
Oh, he's back. So when you came in, did you kind of just went with the flow, or did you know you had a role that you could contribute?
Oh, I mean, actually, well, my thing was always that, Coach Matt really stressed that to, our team, find your role and find your valley. But for me, that's always just been genuinely me. I like the things that people don't like. I like diving into the crowd. I like going for losing. I like overpowering people. Like, I like everything that really fits me and makes me contribute to the game in a way. I mean, I thank God, just for all that really just being a match made in heaven, because I did realize that I can succeed in that myself. But with the opportunity that Coach Matt and, the coach staff gave me, it gave me a chance to expand it and grow it even more.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, so that was the thing I noticed. I mean, I watched all your games last year. I think the biggest moment for me was the NCAA tournament game against San Francisco. You fouled out with like a minute and a half left in overtime, I think it was. And a lot of times a player in that situation, big game, you want to be in, they'll go to the bench and discuss. I watched you were hyping the crowd up. You were I think you were massaging Juice Hill's legs cramping up. I saw that. So like right there, I knew like what kind of teammate you were, someone that anyone would want to play with. So that's kind of why I say that you're the heart and soul of that team last season.
Coming up.
Yeah, for sure. So this one's another one from Trevor. Let's look forward to next season. Obviously, you guys are going through a lot of roster turnover. You're the only starter returning. What is it? Just you and Rod, the only two players come back? Yep. Coach McMahon went to LSU. What can we expect out of the Racers team next season? And you guys are headed to the Missouri Valley Conference.
Yeah. I will say we're in great hands. That's first of all with Steve Prohm. First of all, he's a great guy.
Yep.
The coach put together with Marcus Brown staying back. Really is the foundation of Woodbury State. A lot of people forgot that Steve Prohm was the head coach when Coach Matt was his assistant.
Yep.
So really just getting back to your roots. You always want to play for a guy like Coach Prohm. Family first, player first guy. Nothing to get Coach Matt, but Coach Prohm is just a guy that everybody loves. Everybody
wants to play for.
And he just brings that energy, the energy that I play with, the energy that I love. And when you have those two things, in a chance, why not, take it? And my biggest thing was I always been the type of guy to do my own thing anyway. So
yep.
Pays me to do that. But what I would say is our guys, we all just made a better decision for us. A lot of people want to question why and why. We just all felt, what was the best decision for us. Well, like I said, we're still brothers to this day. Those still my friends. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I wouldn't trade anything they do for the world. I want them for the best for them. That's the same for each and one of us. What I really want people to understand, there's no love lost. We still love Coach Matt. I still love Coach Matt. I still Coach Long. Still talk to TK, Juice, KJ, Tevin, Dante Bostic, even from Jackson Silvers. We all love each other. I just had to clear it up because a lot of people get this consumption that if something went wrong in the program or this happened. Everybody just made a great decision for themselves, and I'm really happy for everybody.
Yeah, so you originally entered the transfer portal right after the season, correct? And then now it's maybe 2 or 3 weeks later that you're going to come back to Murray State. What's that?
2 days. 3 days.
Oh, 2 days? Okay.
Yeah, 2 days, yeah.
So was that something you wanted to leave your options open, or just kind of had doubt in the air of what was next, or were you just?
To be honest, when I actually discussed that I was going to go to transfer portal, we didn't have a head coach at the time.
Right.
So the day that I actually went in transfer portal, that's when they hired Steve Prohm. So, but it really was just understanding of I wanted everything to be genuine. Like I said, I'm a genuine guy. So I know who I want to play for and what type of guy I want to play for. I'm just a player that loves the exact type of energy, exact type of organization. And Murray State is heaven to me. The community is great. What I tell people is a high major and a mid-major body.
Right. I like that.
So it was just why. If there's no need, then why? And Coach Prohm made it easy for me, just the connection, love that he had for me, and so did the coach. And I just felt like it was the best decision for me. Just like I said, everyone did the best decision for them.
Yep. So banking off that, this is another question from my co-host Trevor. What do you think your team needs to do next year to continue to be successful? Because obviously you guys dominated the Ohio Valley forever. Now you're going a little bit of a step up. You got really good teams in the MVC. You got Drake, Northern Iowa. What do you guys need to do to be successful in new conference? And how do you think you'll adjust personally to that?
I won't think it'll be a adjustment challenge at all. When you look at a non-conference, wins over the last 5, 10, 20 years,
Right.
it's been different from conference. So it's never been a challenge for levels. Like I said, a high major and a mid-major body. So we're able to play with anybody in the nation. And I say that we is because I believe in the Murray tradition. As long as we stay to the Murray tradition and the Murray rules, everything will be fine. The culture travel. The culture stays where it's at
Mm-hmm.
because it's Murray State.
Yep.
As long as Murray State standing and still Murray State next year and the following years, we'll have no problem adjusting and accepting any challenge ahead of us.
Yep. So like you said, you guys have had great non-conference wins forever. That was kind of one of my other questions. Besides the NCAA tournament win last year or clinching the OVC title over Morehead State, was there one win that really meant the most to you? Was it the win at Memphis, or you guys beat some other good teams like Chattanooga?
Man, so we're talking non-conference?
Yeah, like I think you guys beat 2 or 3 teams in the tournament.
I would say, let's see. Man, it's so hard to just point out one moment because one of the greatest things about our team, and Coach Matt always pointed out, we found ways to win.
Yep.
A lot of different ways that we won. It wasn't like, we're a second half team, we're a first half team. When we need to win, we win. And it's really hard to just try to pinpoint one because I'm running through all these memories. And if I could tell you one, that'd be a lie. I have so many great memories. We just found
one that stood out to me. It was in conference, but I think maybe the last week of the regular season, I think you're playing at SEMO.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You guys are down like 10 or 12 in the last 5 minutes?
12, what about 4?
4 minutes, yep.
Or probably even close to 3. 4-point play. And just the chemistry, the ball kick there.
Yep.
One thing that people never understood is no matter if we was down by 12, 20, or we were up by 20 or 30, we always had the same mentality and the same rules. That's why I say, we follow this Murray tradition, nothing changed because just the things that have been instilled, with us and even before us. And even the new guys already get the concept now because, they're adjusting and playing great,
Yeah.
So, man, that was a great win just because of the foundation, if you have a foundation, you could withstand a tornado, earthquakes, whatever the case may be. You long as have a foundation, everything would be good.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, this one's kind of a personal question because I followed Murray State forever, but once John Morant came through, I was like, I don't know, I just stuck with it. Love the Racers. He ever pop by a practice or come in the locker room? Yeah.
Oh my God, man! 12 is all our guys. That's one thing that I love about Ja and the Murray State, former family because, I say former players, because everybody comes back. You see guys popping in and out, former players from last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10, 20 years ago. That's what makes Murray State so great is because our former guys was never, scared, shy, or, always come back to their roots because this is always home. That's how it is for the guys that love. That's how it is for the guys that come, and that's for the guys that's future. Once you have a home, this is always your home. So Ja always coming. I actually got a chance to play against him a couple of times, man. But yeah, God, man, he's real. And that's what just Murray State is all about. So as long as you're real, you won't have no problems being a Murray State racer.
Yep. Can you tell our viewers just what it's like playing in front of a sold-out CFSB Center? The atmosphere around that building?
I tell you, man, I really want your viewers to come and see the experience because it's hard to tell.
It's got to be electric, though.
It's like playing in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, it definitely is. You playing with people full with energy, emotions, every ooh, ah, boo, cheer. You feel it. Murray State, the basketball arena, even go back to race arena. Just the environment's always been packed full, and that's what makes Murray State basketball and sports so great. Is because the racer community is all about Murray State. And as long as you have a community like that, you'll always have wins because everybody wants the same thing, which is just to win.
NIL right now is a huge topic, whether it's for good or bad. What are your own personal thoughts on NIL, and do you have anything lined up for yourself for the upcoming year?
Well, my personal thoughts on NIL, I think it's great. I think it's due time, because our players, we sacrifice, like I said, so much time, so much energy, so many of these other things that people really don't realize. It takes, to really be at a high level, that we all want to be in some point in our career. So I feel like it's way overdue. I feel like there are some things that we do have to clean up with it, which is kind of realistically everything that we do. But for the most part, in the general aspect, I think that it's great. And I do have a couple NILs lined up. I will be announcing them in the next upcoming days, hopefully by Monday. So I have 3. So hopefully everybody stay tuned to my page to see what's next for me on that.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely give you a shout out when you announce that. All right, last 2. So this one's from Trevor. He's a teacher out in Spokane, Washington. I guess his students give him a lot of grief because he's got an awful sneaker game. So his question for you, what is your favorite pair of shoes that you own?
Favorite pair or hooping?
Yeah, well, just maybe your favorite basketball shoe or favorite shoe, outside of basketball.
Well, I got 2. Okay, I love the hooping. I'll say PGs.
PGs?
The PGs probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Really not specific. I really have probably or Kyrie's, big Kyrie. Probably between Kyrie's and PGs, I probably have like 20, 25 pair of hooping shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, different. It's different. Just I love the way they feel comfort-wise. And shoe-wise, I have to go with some Nike Dunk Lows.
Okay. Hopefully Trevor's watching this. He needs some tips.
Yeah, hopefully. Yes, those are some nice. I have the black pair. I've been trying to get the blue pair of those for probably about 5 months now.
Okay.
So
yeah.
If I have to pick the favorite colorway, I go blue. Yeah, blue and blues.
Love it. I'll be texting him later, telling him to take some tips of advice from you because his students give him grief every day.
Get some shoe tips. I got.
All right, last one here, and we'll let you get out of here. Being a New Orleans native, what is one food or one dish that you absolutely recommend to somebody visiting the city that's never been before?
I would say gumbo, but not everybody cooks their gumbo right.
Yeah.
They have tourist gumbo and real gumbo. So if you're out, I would tell anybody to try somewhere from seafood. It's really not a dish. They have a lot of crawfish spots out there, shrimp. They have corn, all things with garlic, onions. They boil all chicken. We boil everything. Just the way that we cook it is something unique and genuine. So I'm not saying everybody will like it, but if you ask me,
gotta try it.
He said what you should try. I definitely go with some seafood, any type of boiled seafood.
Awesome. Well, awesome stuff. I appreciate you joining us. Thanks for taking the time, and best of luck next season ahead of the Missouri Valley. Hope you collect a lot of coins on your way.
Oh man, that's all it's about. That's where the money is, man.
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to say thank you out to you guys for giving me a chance. I want to say thanks to the racing community for embracing me again on this challenge, and definitely want to give a shout out to New Orleans just for being who they are, being who we are, and and I want everybody to go and recruit and watch New Orleans kids. I promise you will not be disappointed. There's a lot of undiscovered talent and abilities that people would definitely use. So thank you for the opportunity again, man.
I got to say one thing to the viewers before you leave. This guy right here had more coins or rebounds than Jalen Duren in their matchup with Memphis back in the non-conference. And Duren's going to be a lottery pick in a few weeks here. So I just had to throw that out there.
Hey, hard work be the talent of the day.
Yep.
So
Awesome. All right, DJ. Appreciate it. Best of luck next season.
thank you, man. You have a great night.
Yeah, you too.